Afternoon. Hope everybody's doing well. Hang on one second, one more minute before we get started. All right, I think we are good. Thanks to everybody for joining us today. We're going to go over everything having to do with our Centercourt summer camp at our Chatham location and our other locations for our performance camps. Today with us, we have Joe Capo, who is our adventure camp director. We have Coach Shihab, who is our overall camp director. And we have Coach Conrad, who is our CEO of tennis, and he's going to be running our performance camps this summer. I'm going to give the guys a couple minutes to kind of get everybody excited and to go over what's new and exciting about the camps this summer. Our adventure camp is brand new. It's kind of a it's our ninja camp with additional obstacles and with a ton of exciting features that we're going to have. And as usual, we have our tennis camp and our explorer camp, which is our preschool camp. A couple of specifics that people might not be aware of: our camp is our week-long camps. We run them pretty much 12 weeks starting. Let me see, what's the first week? Our first week is pretty early. Let me get my schedule here. June 14th is the first week of camp, and then we run 12 weeks all the way through September 3rd. So you may sign up for 1 week, you may sign up for 2 weeks, or you may sign up for the entire summer. That is totally up to you. Obviously, most kids do sign up for multiple weeks, as we always try and make sure they have a great experience. Our Fun Fridays, which Coach Shihab will talk about a little bit, is where we basically run a carnival for the kids. They have a blast. We bring in some bouncy houses, an ice cream truck. We have face painters and balloon artists, all that kind of stuff to make camp unbelievable. All right, I'm going to get started with Coach Conrad. Many of you probably know Coach Conrad, but here he is. He's going to go over our performance camp and everything that's involved in that.
G'day everyone, thank you very much for making time to be here. If I could just please ask everyone to type in the chat what camps you're interested in, most information that you're looking for. That will help us to be very direct and specific. My objective today is to obviously talk about the performance camps at Centercourt. We have, as I think everyone knows, very strong high performance tennis camps. This year we'll be breaking those camps into 4 divisions. The first division is called Elite. The second division is called High Performance. The third division will be called Performance, and the fourth and final will be called Competitive. So when we're talking about our performance camps, summer high performance camps for tennis, we're talking about players that are from a green ball edge level, which means they're competing already, all the way up to the highest UTR levels. Our performance tennis camps, we always use the UTR as the reference of which camp you make it to. What that means is we will take the UTR of each person, cross-check that UTR on a Sunday, and according to that and where the cutoff is for that week's registrations is where the player will go. For example, if we have, let's say, the strongest player at the clinic is, let's say, Michael Jang, who's our #1 player here at the academy. He's got a 13.2 UTR. We will have 24 spots from there. So from that 13 all the way down to the next 24 players, based on UTR, they would go to the elite camp. The second level would be the player that's 25th, highest UTR, all the way down to 48th. Our third camp, which is the performance camp, would be from player 49th all the way through to 72, and so on and so forth. So what to expect with our high performance camps? Again, all our players at Centercourt are competitive, so they're all looking to be playing as many USTA tournaments and UTR events through the summer, which we do hold as well as our camps. Camps are Monday to Friday. Obviously, the weekends we expect players to compete. We'll be starting our performance camps as early as June the 7th, and they'll be running through until the end of August. Now, for the first 3 weeks, The camps will be combining with our full-time academy, which is an incredible environment and an incredibly tough, competitive day-to-day schedule. Players will arrive at 9 a.m. Their day will start with 2 hours on court, followed by 1 hour of physical, followed by 2 to 2.5 hours in the afternoon on court again. So that could change a little bit, again, depending on players and facilities. The first 3 weeks of the summer camps for tennis, performance tennis, will be held here at Chatham. After that time, we'll break into 3 to 4 different facilities for the camps. So I want to stress very clearly, there will be no performance tennis camps. Remember, that means down to green ball edge level, held at Chatham, okay, after the 3rd week. First 3 weeks at Chatham. After the 3rd week, we'll be going to our other facilities, which are Centercourt Gillette, Drew University, and this year we're just about to finalize, but we'll be at Newark Academy as well. Okay, I cannot specifically say which camps are where at this time. So just to quickly run through again, on court in the morning, we'll be mostly focused on technical drilling, where we have a theme for the week and a theme for the day. However, we'll be helping players with their individual needs within that group. Morning, on-court technical drilling. Afternoon, we're looking at live ball patterns of play. We're looking at competitive singles work. And we do try to have 1 day a week of what we call official UTR matches. So we'll discuss which day that is. We additionally have access to our mentally tough tennis program, which is run by Dr. Anthony Ross, who's one of the world's leading sports psychologists for tennis. That is run additionally to the camps. We do that 3 times a week, 3 30-minute sections off court. The fitness is obviously group fitness, and it's all run and coordinated by Tim Clifford, who's our Centercourt Director of Strength and Conditioning. Other than that, I think that would be pretty much what I can give you right now, Ari, and we're really open right now to take registrations for our high performance and performance tennis camps. I'd just like to stress we do have limited spots. So if you are interested in signing in, you really should do so ASAP. All performance and high performance tennis camps registration is taken directly with Ming. So that email is ming@centercourtclub.com. That's MING@centercourtclub.com. Any more questions about this, we'll circle back at the end, and I'll be more than happy to answer those. Thank you, everyone, for making the time for being here. Ari.
All right, I see a couple of questions in there, so we're going to answer all questions at the end. Let me get my mouse. All right, let's move on to Coach Joe. Coach Joe's been with us for a couple of years. He's been running our Ninja program and is going to head up our adventure camp. I believe he is on the course right now. So, Coach Joe, all you.
Hello, everybody. Sorry, I was trying to unmute. Hello. So yeah, I'm super excited to talk about this adventure camp. You know, we've been doing Ninja camp here for the past 3 years, and you know, I'm excited to introduce something new. We're gonna have lots of new activities. So we're working on. We have 2 indoor and outdoor ninja courses. Well, 1 indoor, 1 outdoor ninja course. We're gonna be introducing things like archery, Nerf battlefields, BMX. We're combining in the multi-sport, so we're gonna have multi-sport stations, water fun zone, pickleball, and basketball, and potentially a skate park. We're in the works of talking about seeing if we can introduce all that. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I'm super excited about it. The stations, as for stations, you're not going to see every station every day. We're working on getting all the rotations done, but it's going to be about 45 minutes at each station. They'll have about an hour at the pool, and they'll get lunch every day. And yeah, that's about it. I'm super excited about it. Ari, you have anything else that I'm missing.
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably get some questions, so just stick around. But that was cool. That was a great overview of what's going to be coming.
Yeah.
We're adding a lot. We're building a lot. They're making the BMX course. They're building the archery and all that
too. Also, I can figure out how to turn this thing around. So here I'm outside here. We have our outdoor ninja course over here. On this wall, we're going to have an 80-foot rock wall. So left to right, it's going to be about 12 feet high with a 2-foot mat under it. We'll have a little parkour section over here. The battlefield is going to go out here with archery on this side. And then let me run over to the back over here. And we have the start to the BMX course. It's obviously just started getting, it's in the works now. It's got a little puddles and stuff, but we got some hills and things over here. And this is going to be a pedal cart track over here. It's going to be awesome. We'll have about 12 bikes for all different sizes for the kids to ride, and 2 bikes that they can learn how to ride on. So they don't have pedals, but they can learn on balancing on. If they can't ride at all, we're going to work on teaching them, and we'll have the pedal carts. So that those are four-wheelers that that they can ride around the track with also. So it's going to be awesome.
Very cool. All right. That's yeah. I mean, that's awesome. Like, I mean, I've been in camp 13 years. This is the most we've added in that time. So it should be exciting. I do see a bunch of questions. We're going to take those at the end. So Joe, just hang on. Don't run anywhere.
Yep.
Let me introduce Coach Shihab. Coach Shihab was our camp director last year. He's our camp director again, which means he must have done a pretty good job last year. So he is coming back as our camp director. Coach Shihab also coaches tennis year round. And I think he is nearby. So Shihab, show your face. All right. Unmute, big guy. Unmute.
Hello, everybody. I think I got it done now. Welcome to Summer 2021 webinar. It's been a great pleasure to be part of this huge epic camp this year. We're doing so many new things. On top of that, we're doing adventure camp. We also, as usual, we're doing the Explorer camp, which is going to be previously called preschool camp, which is very successful. Our little guys love it. We're going to have red ball camp. We're going to have orange ball camp and green ball camp. I want to give you a little bit of understanding what those are camps are. If your camper is 3 to 5.5, that should be preschool, aka new Explorer camp. It's 9 to 1:30. It's a half day only. Then we're gonna have red ball, which is 5.5 to 8.5. It's we are recommending full day, but case by case we might do half a day. We're gonna have orange ball, which is 8.5 to 10.5, and green ball 10.5 to 12. So our camps usually are extremely busy. Our kids get a lot of court time. They have a lot of pull time. We actually do a lot of variety of drills depending on the skill set. We have different court of different players skill set. For Explorer camp, we do arts and crafts, pull time. They do a little bit of ninja. We call it futures. They do little obstacles. They are balancing. Great stuff for them to learn how to balance their balancing. Then we have the red ball, who are part of the ninja as well. They go to the pool. This is something that pool time is very important to us. We make sure all our campers get enough pool time. Some kids are not on pool, but we still encourage them. It's informational. We have lifeguards who work with them to teach them how to swim. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be epic. We're gonna take some questions later on. I'm gonna pass it on to Ari.
All right. I guess let's the 3 of us unmute because we do have a bunch of questions. So I'm going to try and get to as many as we can. And Coach Conrad. All right. Let me ask a lot of adventure camp questions. Okay. Shihab, can you address a question about we have a child who signed up for red ball, but if they feel they're too good to red ball, would they be moved up to the next level automatically? How do you deal with the levels for tennis camp? Can you help out with that?
If a camper has the skill set and we have a way to assess all the campers, we follow our Rogi system at Centercourt. So every camper will be evaluated that way. Once a camper passes those challenge cards, definitely we do not hold any campers or any players back due to their age. All our tennis skills are, once the tennis skills are met, we definitely certainly move them up.
All right, let me see. Next question. All right, this one is for Joe. There's a lot of questions for Joe here. Can you go into more detail on the water fund and the water games? Actually, okay, no. Let me go back. Coach Shihab, this is for you. Oh, you're together. It's even easier.
We can both answer. It doesn't matter.
Let's talk about the pool. If kids can't swim, what are their options if the kids cannot swim? And just talk about pool safety.
We have a pool director who works there, and he has his team of lifeguards. If a camper comes in, doesn't know how to swim, we have a smaller size pool and we give them instructions. We do have life vests that we encourage parents to bring in because we don't want to share anything. They can come in with their own noodle vest. We will give them the instruction. We do not force any campers to have to go to the pool. We encourage them. The shallow areas, they can, first to get their feet in there, then they can float, and we'll give them all the options to learn how to swim. We also offer swimming lessons after the camp. That is an option available. So if a parent feels that their camper needs additional help with the swimming, that is available for us.
All right, very cool. Yeah, the pool is definitely obviously of a lot of concern, but it's always, I feel like, one of the safest parts, especially even during lunchtime. Most of our counselors and of course our lifeguards are by the pool. Joe, I know we're going to, this is for Jalen had a question about what the kids need to bring. Anybody that signed up for camp, we do send emails beforehand with basically all information, lunches, what to bring, what to expect. So we will send that. But Joe, do you have a list of what the kids need to bring for adventure camp for kids that are not signed up?
In general, right now they'll just
Can you tell us what that is?
Yeah. So in general, right now they'll just need sneakers, a bathing suit, a towel. If they want goggles for the pool and things like that. As for like safety equipment for biking and that, we'll have helmets, pads, and all of that. So you don't really have to worry about that. We will have a sanitizer to sanitize them after the kids use it. And there's no really need for any rock climbing thing. Ninja wise, if they want to bring some chalk, you can bring some chalk for them. You can buy chalk on Amazon. I think pretty much just athletic gear is the best way to go with that.
All right. Very nice. Okay, Ying, I can answer this question. Where will Adventure Camp be held? Adventure Camp will be held in Chatham, right on site here. The hours are 9 to 4. We do have early drop off as early as 8 o'clock and late pickup. You can leave the kids with us until 5 o'clock, at which point our staff goes home, or that's what we offer. The camp, the hours though are 9 to 4 for Adventure Camp. All right, let me go to Lauren. Lauren's daughter turns 5 and is currently in Explorer Camp for 8 to 10 weeks for the ninja portion. So
she turns 5 in April.
It's 5 in April, yeah, in the Explorer Camp. So in the Explorer Camp. So can you go over what the Explorer Camp does for the ninja part? Some of the obstacles, that they're going to be doing for the little ones. Yeah.
So for the ninja part, they'll have access to pretty much the entire Futures program. So they'll have trampoline. They'll have basically it's a whole bar setup. They have like a set of parallel bars, rings, a regular straight bar, and another bar somewhere on there. Uneven bars. There we go. So they'll work on different things like traversing from left to right, learning how to swing on the rings. They'll also work on things like body prop, and they'll be on the mini course. So they'll have a little obstacle course set up that can go around that with directional arrows and things to go over and under. And then the 1, 2, 3, the fourth station will be warp wall. So we have new warp walls that they can all do. We've had a couple of 4-year-olds, maybe even some 3-year-olds get up the warp wall this year. So that'll be something new and exciting. So with that, we're going to combine some balance.
All right, sweet. All right, going to move forward. We're getting a lot of questions, which is good. So we'll try and keep everything precise and succinct and good answers. Shihab, for lunchtime, if the kids do not want to swim, what are some things they can do? I know volleyball, basketball, or some tetherball, ping pong. What else we got?
We have Gaga.
Cool.
If the camper doesn't want to play tennis, but doesn't want to swim, we allow them, if it's a tennis-related camper, we'll allow them to play tennis.
Ping pong.
We have ping pong. They can play pool.
Very cool.
These are the options available.
Yeah, so tons of stuff to do if the kids don't want to swim.
Correct.
Kim is asking for Explorer Camp. Do the kids swim? What if the kids can swim? They have instructional swim. So most of the kids in Explorer Camp cannot swim, so we do teach them how. Our lifeguards and our counselors are in the pool with the kids. So it's, that they've said that's one of our programs we're most proud of, that we run a good swim program for the young kids and teach them how to, all the strokes and everything they need. I have a question for Coach Conrad. Here we go. Scott is asking, are we still using the French Open, Wimbledon, and Australian Open designation?
An excellent question, Scott. The problem with those was that no one really understood them except for the coaches. So to answer you, in the past, we would call the highest group the French Open group. We are changing that name to the elite group. Okay. The second group was called Wimbledon group. We are calling that high performance camp. The third group was called the Australian Open group. We are calling that performance camp. And the fourth group didn't have a designation. So that is called the competitive camp. So I repeat, the top is elite, high performance, performance, and competitive. Four programs. I just want to stress one more time, we take 24 players only at performance camps per facility. And the plan is to use 3 facilities, possibly a 4th, but that's to be determined. At this stage, we're working on 3 facilities, those facilities being Centercourt, Gillette, which is an absolutely beautiful outdoor clay court club in the middle of beautiful greenery. Those are possibly the best clay courts in all of New Jersey. We play a lot of our UTR matches there. That's how good they are in college events. Second facility, as I mentioned earlier, will be Drew University, which we've used before, which is 8 beautiful hard courts, fantastic environment, and really great eating, lounging area as well for the kids. We have an indoor space there, which is great as well. The third facility being Florham Park, where I think everybody knows Florham Park. The 4th facility we may use, we're not yet sure about that. Again, it depends on registrations and numbers. We're still very early in that registration phase, would be Newark Academy. So I hope that answers your questions, but elite, high performance, performance, competitive. Ari.
Right. Oh, good. Did I just log out now? Good. All right. Okay. We answered that one about swimming. So a lot of swimming questions, which is good. We know that's massively important for summer camp. Another one for Conrad. Look at you. You're popular. Judith Zapata. How do you know where your child falls on the UTR list and know what level they will be playing?
Judith, lovely question. Love your question, because we get it probably 300 times a week. And the simple answer is that we cannot tell you until the day before, or possibly a couple of days before the camp starts. So normally we do a cutoff on Fridays, then we do a second sort of sweep through on Sundays, because we have last minute stragglers, and we hope that this year we will not. We hope that everyone is registered well in advance, but it's really based on the strength of that week. So to make it clear, if we have the highest registered player for that week, let's say they're at 10 UTR, we'll take from that person down the first 24 people based on their UTR number. After that, we cut off that group, and the next group will take the next 24. So they may be, as a general rule, usually the first 24 is going to be between a 6 UTR and a plus, so a 6 to a 10, around that level. Normally the second group is going to be a 3 to a 6, around that level. And the bottom group, the third group, is normally below a 3. I want to stress that that is not the hard cutoff. That is based on every week the strength of registration. Hope that answers your question, Judith. Over to you, Ari.
All right. Okay, let's go back to Shihab. The ratio for tennis. So let's go ratio for tennis. And I have a COVID safety protocol, which we have a document which I can send to everybody in the chat for our safety protocols. But let's talk specifically about tennis, Coach Shihab, the numbers, and then I guess mask, not mask, social distancing for the tennis.
So red ball will be small court 4-1. Orange ball, we foresee 6 per court. And all depends on the registration. Green ball will be 6 per court. And the next group will be, I guess, it depends on the registration. But it's red ball 4, orange ball 6, green ball 6. All
right, awesome. And can you speak to for tennis players specifically, masks, no masks, and yeah, if you could speak to that. I know we've been practicing social distancing on court since we reopened, so we're very comfortable with that. But if you can just speak of the masks, if they wear them or not.
For red ball indoors, we are using masks, and we are. There is no right answer for this. We're gonna follow the CDC guideline at the time, closer to the summer. Whatever CDC gives us the guideline, we will follow it to the T. We did it last year, and it was a great outcome. We did not have any issues. We have a lot of questions, and we expected that parents are concerned, and we answered all the questions, and we ran a good camp. And I'm really looking forward to the same outcome. A great camp, a lot of fun, and we want to be safe. We want to make sure, ensure all the campers, all the staff, parents who come into our camp are 100% safe.
Awesome, appreciate that. Somebody has, we have a question from Kay about lunches. I'm gonna read over the lunch menu, and you wanna know if you can bring their own lunches. The answer is yes, right? Yeah, they can bring their own lunches if they want.
Definitely.
Our lunch menu, Mondays, grilled chicken wrap, vegetarian is a veggie burger. Tuesday is chicken, wait a minute, are these? Yeah, it's all subject to change. Yeah, I'm not going to read over this menu because it might change. Yeah, we have a sample menu here. We have chicken parm sandwiches, pizza on Friday. I know we do subs. So those are our basic foods, but you could certainly bring your own lunch if if you do not like what's on the menu. Again, before a couple days before each week, we're going to send a note with what to bring in the lunch menu as well. But again, yeah, parents can always send their kids with lunches if their dietary concerns are just like what we're giving. But our lunches are pretty good. Okay, let's go over the rain plan. Can you guys both speak to the rain plan for a couple minutes?
I'll take this question. We're going to follow the same rain plan as last year. If there is a rain in the forecast, we let the parents know the day before. When it rains, we are all indoors. I know in last year, a lot of parents weren't comfortable, so we gave them an option. You can keep your campers home. We'll give you a makeup. If you do send your campers to camp, we're gonna do indoor activities. We turn our courts into different areas of focus. We do tennis, we do fitness, we do camp games that day. We're still gonna do basketball, we're still gonna do pickleball. But understand, it's a lot of kids indoor, so that the rotation time gets shorter for them. And it's going to be, 1, 2, 3 rotations. It's not going to be 45 minutes to 50-minute rotation. It will be much smaller. We do mental toughness courses for higher end tennis players, but we do indoor activities. Explorer is going to stay indoors all day. They do different type of activities indoors. Depending on the weather, we do close the pool down. I want to mention this. We do have St. Barnabas Medical Center staff working the entire summer camp. They come in as early as 8 a.m. They work with us till the end. They are the one makes this call, maintaining the CDC guideline and health questions for the parents and campers. We take their feedback and we kind of address it as we need to.
All right, that's great. Thanks, Shihab. I'm going to take a couple of these questions here. Can you mix and match tennis and adventure camp? They're both full week camps, so but you can mix and match. You can do 2 weeks of tennis, 2 weeks of adventure, or 1 week of tennis, 4 weeks of adventure. So you can certainly do that. We encourage that since you know, you can get a taste of everything we have to offer. Great question there. So you can, again, we're always flexible in that regard. You cannot do half day tennis, half day adventure. We're not doing that this summer because both camps are specifically designed as full day camps. So I want to make that clear. Sandy is asking if we take pictures. Yes, we do have a photographer that we do, and we do have a share site. So we're going to post pictures, you know, throughout the day and throughout the week of the kids having fun, so the parents can obviously see. So that is something we do. We did that a little bit, but we will continue to do that this summer. So that's very cool. I was excited for that. Okay, adventure camp. Joe, I'm going to send you this one. Well, the first question is for the swimming for adventure camp. It's free swim. You know, it's during the lunchtime. They have free swim, so that much I can answer. And then we also had a question about the ratios for adventure camp.
Ratios like kids coach wise? Is that what it was? Or
yeah, ratios of
yeah,
kids
so
to coach wise, and then I guess how many groups you expect each week as well would be great.
At most we'll have a group of 10. Most of the time it's going to be less than that. I only like going up to 6 to 8 kids in one group. I just saw another one for girl to boy ratio. The kids will be placed into age groups, not necessarily based on gender or anything. Obviously, in the beginning, we tell them to group up with their friends. If they don't have any friends within the camp, we'll try and mingle them in with people to get them groups. So at first, we'll just be like, hey, group up with your friends based on your age groups. We'll put them in groups. And at most, the younger kids will have a group of 6 to 8. The older kids might go a little bit more because we can give them a little bit more freedom in the camp.
All right. The good one for back to Joe. Indoor activity versus outdoor activity. Oh, actually, this is for the Explorer camp. So more Shihab.
Well, if
indoor
you scroll
versus
down, they said
outdoor.
for adventure camp also.
Explorer camp. Oh, cool. Yeah.
She meant for
There you
adventure camp. So for adventure camp, we have 12 stations total. 4 of them are inside, and the rest are outside. So it's a little over half that are outside.
All right. Let me look at a couple more questions here. These are all great questions, so I'm glad you guys are addressing all the important issues. Girl boy ratio, that's kind of, you know, random. You know, it's just random in terms of however many sign up is what it is. Oh, how do you, so that's a good question too. And Sanjay had a question about if you separate them by gender, by age, by ability, how does that work for adventure camp? Even though it's our first summer doing it, but how do you plan on doing that?
Wait a second. Sorry.
Repeat the question.
Yeah,
We're
repeat
breaking
that,
up.
sorry.
For adventure camp, let's say, do you split it up by gender, by age, by ability, all of the above? What's your plan on that for the adventure camp?
It'll mostly get split up by age. And we'll group them up with their friends. Yeah, so if there's any requests, we can split them up within their groups that they want to be within, but mostly by age and friend groups. If they don't have any, we'll mingle them in with some people.
All right. Good. Another question. Snack Shack will be open this year, so that's important. So we don't provide snacks for the campers, but we have a Snack Shack, which is, delicious ice cream, snacks, Doritos, all that kind of good stuff. So you can certainly send your kids with a couple bucks, and they can buy some snacks. Don't send them with too much because they may buy for their friends, but certainly use our Snack Shack. Question from Laura. This is for Shihab. Laura's son is in the Yellow Ball Clinic, so would they sign them up for the Yellow Ball Camp this summer? And maybe talk a little bit about that, because I believe it'll be outdoors in Chatham.
If he's in our Centercourt Yellow Ball Camp clinics, he will be signed up in the Yellow Ball Camp, correct. It will be outdoors, and he will be with his age appropriate and skilled appropriate group.
All right, perfect. Let me see, I'm going down here. The group will be at your university location. We do not know that, right, Conrad?
So we're still very early with regards to finalizing some of those details. What we do know is that of the 12 weeks, there'll be about 8 weeks at Drew. So I can't specify which group when. And again, please understand, guys, high performance tennis is, it's evolving all the time. It's not like regular camps, the recreational tennis camps. We move the camps for high performance also based on some of the tournaments that are in the calendar. So, for example, the national USTA national clay court tournaments are held on clay courts. So there are weeks that we train at Gillette, and then there are weeks where the kids are preparing for hardcore tournaments. So the top two groups do interchange from week to week. Not week to week, I should say, a couple weeks at a time, they might rotate, but you just need to keep your eyes very closely on the communications. While I'm there, I'll answer very quickly one about wet weather. So our programs are not ever canceled. We'll make sure that the kids, we either all go to Florham Park where we split the indoor court usage. And we also then have obviously outdoor, or within the bubble, I should say, fitness programs that happen. We have a very advanced mental toughness program, which we love to spend time on. And we also have what we call a skill acquisition program that we take the players through on wet weather days in an indoor space. So I hope that answered the question. Ari.
Right. Okay, here we go. We have a question about red ball tennis. Is red ball program full day? Okay, so red ball we actually are offering is half day and full day. Those are our younger tennis players. So that, again, you can sign up for half day for red ball camp. That is usually tennis players 8.5 and under. Okay, I can let Shihab or Joe take this one. Do the kids stay in the same class each week so they can make friends, or are the groups different each day?
No, each day they'll be in the same group.
Same group.
So they'll have the same group for the whole week.
All right, nice and simple. There you go. So yeah, I've typically seen that kids, they're shy at the beginning and then they make friends, as the week goes on, and by, Thursday and Friday, they, they're all excited. They made new friends. They want to come back for the next week and so on and so forth. So it's good that we keep them together. All right, I'm going to go another, we have a mask question about wearing masks outside. Obviously there'll be heat. It'll be the summer. So I don't know, Joe, again, I guess it's going to be CDC guidelines, but
yeah,
masks and outdoors, you guys have any input there?
We're going to follow the CDC guideline. It's too early to make any assumption, but our camp safety first. We follow the CDC guideline. We want to make sure all parents know that is our number one priority, their campers' safety, our staff safety. Closer to the camp, summer camp, I will have a clear idea what is we going to follow and how we're going to address it. Parents will be notified, campers will be prepared, my staff will be prepared.
Cool. All right, let's finish up with a couple here, and then I'll let you, Shihab, close it out as the camp director. You can get everybody excited. Friends can definitely make requests to be in the same group. That's a question from Kay. So if you want to be in a group with 3 or 4 of your friends, as long as they're the same age, if it's a 3-year-old and a 12-year-old, they're not going to be in the same group. Not in performance, obviously. Performance, as Conrad spoke about, is very specific based on, what he spoke about. But in Chatham, if they want to be on the same group for adventure camp or tennis camp, as long as they're around the same age, we can make that work. Explorer Camp kids can stay for Fun Fridays. Of course, they can stay for the afternoon part. It's a $50 fee for anybody that wants to stay for the afternoon if you pay for half day camp. And then they can enjoy, the all that entails, which are again, games, bouncy houses, water slides, you know, crazy stuff, carnival. How many kids do we anticipate total in the adventure camp? I know how many have signed up already. You know, we're averaging about right now about 100 and change per week. Joe has organized the camp so we can get up to 240 kids in his various stations. So, you know, it's hard to anticipate. So we'll probably have, you know, around 150, 200 kids per week in the adventure camp. That's probably close to what we're going to see. Is the facility closed for only registered campers? Great question from Gina. Our facility is, we're a membership club. So if you're a camper, obviously you can be here. We don't, you know, unless there are really preschool campers that can walk their kids. Most parents are not on site. They're just dropping their kids off. We are a membership club, so our members are obviously allowed to, you know, use our facility all summer long. So hope that answers your question. So we do have members that are at the club. We know all of them very well. You know, they're going to be using the course. They're going to be using the pool, so they will be here as well. Let me see if there's any others that I'm missing. I do have a question about an indoor rock climbing wall, which I don't think we have, right, Joe? Is there anything indoor?
No indoor rock climbing. It'll just be outside for now. We might put one up inside, but it won't be anything crazy. The outdoor one is, again, like I said before, it's going to be 12 feet high, 80 feet long, and we'll have different levels. So our plan is to paint the walls different colors, like let's say green, blue, and silver. And like the green wall will be your easiest, the blue wall will be the medium, and then the silver will be the hardest. So they have things to strive for throughout their camp experience.
All right, cool. Let me run through a couple of these that I can answer. Young explorers do play tennis. They get 45 minutes of tennis and 45 minutes of ninja or the ninja obstacle. So they will get to play tennis every day in the Explorer Camp, which Coach Todd runs. Coach Todd has been our Red Ball director for a long time, so he's very involved in that camp. From Sanjay, if we are in adventure camp and the child likes tennis, can they do 1 day of tennis camp? Most likely no. It's very difficult to staff when we move stuff around that way. But what we would recommend is if they like tennis, that, you know, to do tennis camp 1 week. I don't want to ever say no. We can try and make an exception if there is space, but very difficult. If you're in the adventure camp, you're probably going to be doing adventure that whole week. Yeah, and then we would tell you to do tennis camp another week. We answered that question about the groups. Okay, Shihab, this one's for you since you do not know the answer. Are the explorers helped after the pool? So changing time for the little ones.
Absolutely. So our groups are set up. The boys stay in a group, girls stay in a group. Usually our counselors, our boys group have a boy and girls group has a girl. So when they go to the pool, we walk them down to the changing room. Each group goes in there with their designated counselor. They help them change. We actually help them get sunscreen on if they need it. We actually help them pack their stuff and they walk to the pool. When they return, they actually help them change into their regular clothes for tennis and lunch. Yes.
All right. Sweet. Good answer. And correct. Okay, I have a couple here that I'm going to run through. Kids in adventure camp do get pool time. They get 45 minutes or an hour of free swim during lunchtime in the adventure camp. Lunches, last year they were packed sandwiches, so they were individually packed. Like we used to do buffets, but we're not doing that this summer, and I don't know if we'll ever be doing that again. So yeah, individually packed lunches. Even when we did pizzas on Friday, we do individual pizzas. So everything is, again, personally wrapped, so there's no sharing during lunchtime. So that's the new protocol that we started last summer, and it worked really well. Joe, answer I do not know from Carrie. Can we send bike helmets if we'd rather do that?
Sure, I don't see why not. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, if you're more comfortable with that, that's fine. The helmets are full face. So
yeah,
if you're more comfortable with your own bike helmet, that's fine.
Food allergies from Layla. For children that have food allergies, how does lunch work for food allergies? Can you speak to that, or would we just put them in touch with our partner?
So I want to be very clear. Our facility is not free facility. However, every week when we send the welcome letter to the parents who are signed up for the week, we do request that send snacks that's not free. make sure, if a lot of our campers do come in with their own snacks, own lunch, we recommend not free.
All right, awesome. Good question here. Is lunch part of the camp cost? All lunches are included in the cost, whether you do half day or full day camp. So that's a nice little perk. Lunch is included. We have a question. Are there female counselors? There are definitely female counselors. There are a lot of them. I don't know if half of our staff is female, but it's probably around close to that. Obviously for changing time for the explorers, it's, girls changing the girls, boys changing the boys. But we have a lot of female counselors on staff, and a lot of great counselors that we are hiring back from last summer. Can Orange Ball do half day? Right now, Orange Ball, we're only offering full day for Orange Ball. If half day is your only choice, you can talk to Shihab and myself, and we have to see about space on particular weeks. But right now, we are only offering full day for Orange Ball. A couple more. Shihab, this one's for you. If a camper gets injured, I guess maybe they signed in late, they didn't hear about the St. Barnabas, but what happens if a camper gets injured? And just speak to the medical staff one more time. I'm sorry, I know you already did, but again.
Yeah, if any of our campers, they get hurt, we have St. Barnabas staff and they'll take over. They call the parent, they assess the issue, and they'll call the parents.
Gotten a lot of this. So July 4th is, I think, on a Sunday. So that week is a full week. We are having camp from July 5th. Let me just look at my calendar here again. It is, yeah, July 5th through the 9th is a full week of camp for performance and for tennis. We do not have regular classes during the summer. We have adult classes, but we do not have regular tennis classes. If you do want private tennis or private ninja, we do offer that. Private, you would just contact Conrad, Shihab, Joe, myself, any of us. We can set you up with private lessons for any of the above. We are offering, tennis tournaments, ninja competitions, all that stuff happens. We just don't have hour-long classes. Cool. I'm gonna finish with this one last question, and I'll have Coach Shihab wrap it up. There's a million questions, you guys. These are all great. You guys can certainly email or call us anytime with additional questions. We do have a special that is good through April 1st. You save $50 a week if you sign up through the website before April 1st. This is not for performance, but this is for our Chatham camps. So I had to mention that. Our refund policy is that if you cancel within 30 days of your week, we will give you refunds. Other than that, if you need to move weeks, we can almost always arrange that if we have space. So if you need to move adventure camp from week 6 to 8, if we have space, we'll do it for you, of course. If not, we can't. All right, awesome. Thanks everybody for joining. I don't know, Coach Shihab, anything else I'm missing? Coach Joe, and you guys can certainly wrap it up, get everybody pumped up for the summer.
I think we're gonna have an epic 2021 summer camp. I think we have a lot of new activities that's going on. I know we've been doing this for years, and we bring the best energy, enthusiasm, fun in town. Our Fun Friday is the best. Our campers look forward to the Fun Friday. It doesn't matter what age group they are, what skill set. We have so much activities going on. Rain or no rain, we're gonna have summer camp and Fun Friday. Our kids love it. The pool time, the water slides, the ice cream truck. Hopefully this year we have the balloon guy. We're gonna have the face painting for Explorer and Red Ball and Orange Ball campers. We run one of the safest camp in town. We have people calling us, parents are signing up left and right. I think it's going to be epic. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, reach out to us and we will be gladly walk you through it, answer all your questions. My email is posted. You can stop by our facility. We'll walk you through it. We're still doing some construction for our adventure camp, but this is one of a kind. Nothing has been done before in this town. We are good at what we do. So come check us out.
It's going to be awesome. I'm excited.